This video tells the story of Cher's challenging life filled with difficulties. Despite growing up in a divorced home, faced with poverty and illness, Cher had a successful career in music, overcame many challenges, and gained the love and support of fans across generations due to her dedication and authenticity. Yet she doesn't have a happy life despite being a music icon. How did her life turn into a sad one? Born as Sherilyn Sarkeesian in El Centro, California, United States, she was the daughter of John Sarkeesian, an Armenian-American truck driver, and her mother, Georgia Holt. Cher's childhood was marked by the challenges of a divorced home and the instability of her mother's marriage. It all began when Cher's mother made the wrong choice by marrying a gambler and drug addict, yet she got pregnant. 3 months into her mom's pregnancy, there was a plan for an abortion. Cher shared in an interview that her mom, young and unsure, had decided to have that abortion before she changed her mind at the last minute and said she wasn't going to do it anymore. John Sarkeesian and Georgia Holt eventually divorced when Cher was just 10 months old, and that was when several life challenges came hurling at them. After the divorce, Cher's mother, Holt, faced the challenge of a single mother taking care of a little baby all by herself. The reality of raising Cher alone hit severely, and Holt's fear of poverty actualized as she struggled to make ends meet. Cher, during this tough time, spent a period in a Catholic orphanage, where she confirmed it in her 1989 autobiography. She was taken care of by a couple of nuns who had an agreement with her mother while she worked in an all-night diner for $1 a night plus tips. Cher's mother at the time was still young enough to marry, and she tried 7 times with different men, including twice with Cher's father, John Sarkeesian. Of all these men Cher's mother encountered, Cher only considers Holt's third husband, actor John Southall, as her real father. Southall, Cher's half-sister's father, was married to Holt for 5 years, filled with violent fights and frequent separations. They divorced when Cher was 9. As a result, Holt's frequent divorces made Cher's life chaotic and often impoverished. According to Cher, her life was so chaotic, they dealt with one insane moment after another. She felt ashamed of her clothes and even used rubber bands to hold her shoes together due to financial struggles. Despite the hardships, Holt's sporadic connections to Hollywood added confusion. Cher explained that sometimes they could eat a can of stew or a can of beans for 1 week, and other times they lived in Beverly Hills. It was a very strange life for her. Did Cher school? Of course she did, but school didn't go well for her. Despite being attractive and intelligent, she felt like an outsider and had poor grades. Cher knew from an early age that she wanted to be a star and had little interest in academics. She hated school because she didn't fit in and was always thinking about her future fame. So, without school, how did Sherilyn overcome poverty and introduce herself to the world? Sherilyn's breakthrough began when she left high school in the 11th grade, took acting lessons, and at 16, had a romance with actor Warren Beatty, who was 9 years older than her. In 1963, she moved to Los Angeles, where she met Sonny Bono, a 27-year-old songwriter. The moment she met Sonny Bono, everything else disappeared. It was a feeling she had never experienced before. Cher moved in with Bono as a housekeeper, and their professional and platonic relationship transformed with the 1965 hit, I Got You, Babe. The song resonated with 60s youth culture, propelling Sonny and Cher to global fame. This sudden rise for Cher totaled into 11 top 40 hits in America from the mid-1960s to 1972, and a TV show, The Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour, which spanned from 1971 to 1974. However, trouble started for Cher when her marriage with Sonny came crashing down in 1975. Cher expected financial security, but Sonny's deceitful actions revealed otherwise. Cher Enterprises, mostly owned by Sonny, left her with almost nothing. According to Cher, she said that Sonny did a couple of things, which included him treating her more like a golden goose than his wife. The pair eventually separated, and during this divorce, Cher quickly married rocker Gregg Allman. They wedded 3 days after her 1975 divorce, but the world was shocked when Cher filed for dissolution just 9 days later. Cher, shielded by Bono and ex-boyfriend David Geffen, was unprepared for Allman's alcoholism and heroin abuse. After pledging to get clean, Allman reconciled with Cher, but her reunion with Sonny Bono strained their relationship. Allman filed for divorce, but they stayed married when Cher revealed she was pregnant. They finally divorced in 1978. Cher decided to move on with her life, so she joined Casablanca Records. There, she was pressured to record disco pop despite seeing herself as a rock artist. Reluctantly, she recorded Take Me Home, which revived her career, turning her into a disco diva like Donna Summer. Her following album, Prisoner, meant to showcase both rock and disco, failed to chart because Cher insisted on less danceable material. In 1980, Cher pursued her rock star dream by forming the band Black Rose with her on and off boyfriend, guitarist Led Dudek. They released a rock and roll record, but the absence of Cher's name on the album's cover confused fans and led to poor sales. By 1982, both the Black Rose band and Cher's relationship with Dudek came to an end. Cher's music career started to decline, so she shifted to acting for a boost. In 1983, she landed a supporting role in Silkwood alongside Meryl Streep and Kurt Russell. The film, which mirrored the true story of atomic energy whistleblower Karen Silkwood, received good box office results and critical acclaim. Cher's performance earned her a Golden Globe and an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. After the success of Silkwood, Cher continued with well-received dramatic roles in Mask and Suspect. However, her biggest triumph came with the 1987 romantic comedy Moonstruck, earning her the Oscar for Best Actress. By the end of the decade, Cher made a successful return to music with the 1989 hit If I Could Turn Back Time. However, just as Cher was reaching the peak of her career, fate threw another challenge her way, temporarily interrupting her involvement in both film and music. Cher found out she had contracted Epstein-Barr virus during the filming of The Witches of Eastwick in 1987, although she didn't experience the full impact of the disease until later. This virus rendered her unavailable for 2 years, so she couldn't work. It was terrible for her because multiple movie offers were sent towards her, but she had to turn them all down. Worse, she ended the second year with pneumonia. According to her, she was really upset about it, and when she came back, Cher had to work her way back up from the beginning. Another tragic event took place in Cher's life when her first husband, Sonny Bono, passed away in January 1998. Disaster struck while he was on vacation in Aspen, Colorado, and he died in a skiing accident. In a tearful eulogy for her ex-husband, Cher praised Bono's intelligence and foresight, saying he was smart enough to take an introverted 16-year-old girl and a guy with a bad voice and turn them into the most successful, beloved couple of our generation. Cher faced not only tragedy, but also strained relationships with her children. Due to her busy schedule, proper parenting was a challenge for her boys. Elijah Blue Allman, her youngest son, described their relationship as a work in progress and shared the loneliness he felt while being sent to boarding school. In another interview, Elijah expressed resentment, saying, "We have our issues. We've worked through a lot of them. We've got some more to go. But when you're an adult, you take on a different sort of tone than when you're an adolescent. But there's unresolved stuff for sure." Allman, despite his differences and resentment towards his mother, still somehow reserves some space for love for his mother. He says, "You know, she's really talented. She's gorgeous. I mean, she's Cher. What's not to love?" He's not confused, you'd bet. Cher's life took another complicated turn. Her involvement with Sonny Bono resulted in a son, Chaz Salvatore Bono. Starting in 2008, Chaz underwent a 2-year female-to-male transition. Cher initially struggled to accept her transgender child, but eventually prioritized Chaz's happiness over others' opinions. All these incidents paint a dramatic picture of Sherilyn's life, marked by sadness. If you like this video, be sure to explore more about beautiful actresses from the past in our other videos.